3 bars on the battery. Okay. See, there's this gear saw, and there's this gear saw, and then that same gear saw, you mind blowing to do the magic, use it to do this routine, or in the bag saw I do. Then you get the Stephen Brundage. Instant saw, or toss-up saw. Then there's in Stephen Brundage in the bag saw, or behind the back saw, or the wave saw. And see, I could even do it faster if I want to behind the back. Show it like this and go. See, I even did it faster. Laura and her friend, Alexis or something like that, their mind was blown in the foyer Sunday night. And Laura said, I used to take the stickers off. I said, well, these you can't. And plus the original Rubiks Cube was just a tad bigger. And her friend said, yeah, it was. And I said, at first I thought it was always the same size. But I see that guy named Ray at the bank, Wachovia Bank. I should let him know, you have a good memory. I have a fuzzy memory, because you were right and I was wrong. The original Rubiks Cube is bigger than the Speed Rubiks Cube. Okay, here's Eddie Vac pattern. Eddie Vac Speed Cuber on YouTube. Then I have my checkerboard mix. Could do something you realize to do. Then I do it again. And then it's back to the Eddie Vac pattern. Eddie Vac Speed Cuber. And there's a Stephen Brundage imagination saw. Imagine that 20 moves away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then there's one of the Crazy Sam saw patterns called expansion saw. I'll get my mind in gear in a minute. I can just go ahead and do my mix, or I can do a Stephen Brundage mix, either which way. And then do the expansion saw, Crazy Sam saw, Sam Hung.
Y'all not watching TV?
No, we don't watch Star Trek the original because it's like a rerun and she's got things to do. Although on Friday, instead of Star Trek, we're going to watch Penatilla Fullest. That way it'll compensate the other one that we normally watch. But she watches The Generation and Voyagers, but I watch Deep Space Nine. Okay.
Thank you, ready?
I forgot what I was going to do. Oh, I know. Like if they name a color, say yellow. And I say watch as your color slowly comes into view. That's Stephen Brundage's color color mind reading solved idea. And I say the whole thing solved. And then color change, the way he called it, yeah. And then part of the Rubicon, the youngest son for Mark and Nanny Narnell. The oldest is Mike Wilson. Mark Wilson, Nanny Narnell, and their two children, Mike Wilson and Greg Wilson. Greg Wilson came up with Rubicon and Dooney Tunes YouTube channel. Just look up my version of Rubicon. That's his YouTube channel. On YouTube. Think. Oh yeah. It goes like that. And I could add my mix to it. Do a Stephen Bunny spin. Do it again. Which puts it in Greg Wilson pattern. Well, and so, and you could even do it behind your back if you want to. I'll show you what I mean. For practice, you can use any color. It's just I'm just used to the pattern that the other guy uses. Do any tune. Oops, wrong way. Yeah. See, it's all mixed everywhere. Now watch on the back. Whoa. I got it right. It's just it wants to overcompensate. Here we go. Got it. And then we got the, thanks to Applebite Juggler, he showed how to do a little bit of Stephen Brundage. But he also showed the Tick Committee song. It's like the Stephen Brundage behind the back and bag saw and all that. And Stephen Brundage, he was using this for a while, but he came across his own way of doing it, and he now says uses that for his lecture video. See, you could do this in the bag solve. The Tick Image solve you can use in the bag solve. The wave solve. In many ways, but I'll show you like a wave solve. See, it's all mixed. Tick Mix has got a good one. All right. Two. See, it's a pretty good mix. Then Applebite Juggler took it up a notch by doing this. And it's a real good mix. And you go. Then you do it again. Or you don't get caught there. And so, then I took it up an extra notch by using my checkerboard. And it's even more of a mix. It's even more of a mix. Jesus Christ, Lord, say we're going to help me come across that checkerboard idea for anything. You could even use a Stephen Brundage mix, or a Crazy Sam Hung mix. Alright, and then I mix it, I do the mix again, and it's still mixed, and then I do the ticky mixy move. Then I do it again, and it's solved. And this is a Stephen Bunny slow motion solve. I'm trying to remember what else. There's a lot of patterns. I'm trying to remember them all. Oh yeah, the gear song. I think I did this already, but I'll do it again. The two different gear songs. The underground gear songs. Sumpton and JC Some underground gear song. You see, I can do the Stephen Brundage as a wave solve if I want to. See, it's all mixed. Either way. I think I did all the patterns, I think. See, I can do the tick and mixy thing behind my back. I'll do it. It's just like a Stephen Brundage behind the back, so it's a pretty good mix. I know what I'm doing. It's just this thing tends to get stuck there. See, it overcompensated again. Let me try it again. I'll get it right. There, I think I did it right. Yeah. See, I'm going to do the same thing in the bag solve, and the wave solve, and all that stuff. And the AC comes on. And I played this at that new, longer shuttle bus that people were able to fix the AC so that way everybody can use it again. Because the teens and the adults going to the Wild Christian camp, on the way there and back, they were burning up. They had to have the windows down. But back in our day, we had school buses, and there was no AC in the 70s and 80s. So we going to the Bill Rice Ranch Christian Camp or the Wild Christian Camp was a school bus, but it said Good News Baptist Church on it, and there was no AC, and we sang hymn songs and hymn books, and anybody driving, Rusty Dillard or Mark Taylor or Jim Powers, to keep them awake, we'd all sing hymn songs, and they would put the window down on the driver's side so the air will keep them awake to going to the Christian camps and coming back. But now times have changed. The teens nowadays sing Disney songs like Snowden, or well, not Snowden, or whatever you call it. And Mark Taylor said at the men's prog breakfast, I can't get that song out of my ears. I started cracking up. Yeah. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And then they do 100 root beer bottles in the wall, 100 bottles of root beer on the wall and all that stuff. Pass them around, 100 bottles of root beers on the wall, and they would go down all the way down to one. Times have really changed, and we used to just take a hymn book, red hymn book, and pick a song and sing hymn songs only. But now we're doing this now in the year 2023, 2024, 2025. It's amazing how times have changed. But in God's eyes, Capital G-O-D, says, nothing new under the sun. And he should know. Because we take old principles and new principles and make a new idea of a stage illusion, or a military weapons and spaceships and everything. It's like popular science and popular mechanics says, you think it's new, think again. Flat screen TVs were in Star Trek and with Captain Kirk, and 1970s Mission Impossible, an episode of Twilight Zone, and now we have flat screen TVs. Doors that open up by themselves, that was Star Trek. Floppy disk, I mean everything. Ion warp drive, now we have that. Pulse wave engines and thrust vectoring and all this other nuclear powered engine. We've been having that secretly, now they just revealed it. They got a new stealth bomber, the B-21, that it's not a laser guided weapon, but the laser itself is the weapon. And even President Trump said he's seen real cloaking aircraft. But everybody laughs. But there's people who have seen airplanes in the sky and they literally vanish right in front of their eyes. That's like watching Copley and his crew using undecoded 7 methods, making the moon disappear right before everybody's eyes, and make it reappear again in a matter of seconds.